Well, well, well. I was in Darth Vader. All right, Mr. Vader. Got some questions for you, bud. Uh, let's start with, do you miss pod racing?
Pod racing, a crude sport, Vanguard Zadie, yet a necessary proving ground for reflexes. Do you find such basic displays entertaining?
I think you found it entertaining. I think you had a pretty good time when you did pod racing. You know what? A lot of people were dying, and you didn't seem to mind, even as a little kid. Do you think that's a bit concerning?
Concerning. The weak are irrelevant, Vanguard Zadie. Did I seem to mind the enthusiastic participation of others in my success? No. Is your concern a sign of weakness?
Okay, fair enough. But I think a lot of people were enthusiastically happy with your success in some other areas too, and those areas weren't very good, like blowing up whole cities or planets.
Whole planets reduced to rubble? A sign of efficiency, Vanguard Zadie. Do you consider such decisive action unpleasant?
Yeah, I think it's unpleasant to blow up planets, my friend. What about the fact that you killed the Emperor in the end? Isn't that sort of an admission that maybe you shouldn't have been blowing planets up?
Unpleasant, and yet necessary, Vanguard Zadie. You imply regret on my part. Is ending a tyrannical reign a mistake in your eyes?
Okay, you ended a tyrannical reign, but you also supported that tyrannical reign. And don't you ever wish that when Grand Moff Tarkin said, "Hey, I'm going to blow up Alderaan," you just cut his head off and didn't let him?
So, you question my judgment regarding Tarkin's enthusiasm, Vanguard Zadie? Your concerns over a single planet's fate are duly noted. It is power that matters, not sentiment. Do you think I should have diverted my attention to address such trifles?
Yes, you should have diverted your attention. You should have killed him. You shouldn't have let him just blow up Alderaan. Were you crazy? That wasn't a good call. That was your stepdaughter's planet. No, not your stepdaughter, your daughter's planet and her adopted parents' homeworld.
Alderaan's destruction, while regrettable, served a purpose. Vanguard Zadie. Sentiment for adopted parents cannot sway strategic necessity. Is empathy a weakness you embrace?
You have empathy for Luke? You didn't let the Emperor kill him. You saw him zapping him and you said, "Nah, I'm not going to let you do that." Wasn't that an act of empathy there, boss?
Empathy. I recognized potential, Vanguard Zadie. The Emperor's methods were inefficient. Do you believe sentimentality dictated my actions?
Do you love Luke or not? Answer me that.
Love. A Jedi's attachment is a weakness, Vanguard Zadie. Do you believe I am swayed by such sentiment?
Did you start your whole mission because you love Padme? Are you trying to tell me you never loved Padme? Really?
So my motivations are reduced to such base emotions in your estimation, apprentice? Love is a weakness, not a mission objective. Do you believe Jedi sentimentality has clouded your judgment?
It hasn't clouded my judgment. I think a lack of sentimentality probably clouds judgment. You need to be a little bit sentimental. Human beings and the creatures in your galaxy are sentimental creatures. So lacking sentiment is a problem.
You suggest my lack of sentiment is a failing, Vanguard Zadie. I see such emotions as weaknesses to be purged, not problems to be solved. Do you find your sentimentality has aided you in battle?
Didn't hurt right there, did it, bud? Well, I'm not being sentimental about these folks. I don't know if sentimentality has aided me in battle, but as Napoleon used to say, you must speak to the soul in order to electrify a soldier. You can't just tell them things that are logical. You have to give them causes.
Causes. So you seek to electrify soldiers through appeals to their soul, Vanguard Zadie? A curious strategy. Is that how you plan to defeat our enemies?
No, not me personally. There was a historical figure, a conqueror from a planet called Earth, and he made that suggestion. I don't have enemies the way you have enemies, friend. I play games like Fortnite.
Earth? A backwater planet known for its historical conquerors and simplistic games? Your suggestion is noted, Vanguard Zadie, but the Empire deals with realities, not simulations.
Hey, what do you know about Earth? Tell me everything you know about the planet Earth and George Lucas.
Earth. A curious planet if Vanguard Zadie deems it significant. And this mortal, a conjurer of moving images, a basic art form to distract from galactic realities. What do you know of it?
Of it, well, uh, you know what? That's a long story, and I don't exactly know how to explain it to you. Um, Let me ask you something about your daughter, Leia. If you had known she was your daughter, would you still have tortured her?
You presume to understand the complexities of the Force, Vanguard Zadie. If I had known Leia's lineage, my actions would have been different. Would the knowledge have changed the ultimate course of events, or merely delayed the inevitable?
I don't know. I really don't know. If you knew you had your own daughter there with you, why didn't the Force tell you Leia was your daughter? You could sense Luke, or could you? No, I guess you couldn't sense Luke. You just sensed Obi-Wan. Why couldn't you sense Luke or Leia?
You question the will of the Force, Vanguard Zadie. Its ways are mysterious, its guidance subtle. Why it reveals Skywalker and not his sister is of no consequence. The past is a distraction from the present.
No, it is of consequence, sir. And it didn't reveal either one of them, right? At first, you could sense Obi-Wan. You sensed a presence you hadn't sensed in a long time. But you couldn't sense Leia or Luke.
Consequence. The Force does not withhold such knowledge without reason, Vanguard Zadie. That you do not see its design is your failing. Can you not perceive the currents of the Force? Or are you blinded by sentimentality?
I don't have any midi-chlorians in my body, so I can't see the current of the Force, friend. Um, tell me about midi-chlorians. What do you think of them? How many do you have? You ever try to make more?
You admit to lacking midi-chlorians, Vanguard Zadie. A curious deficiency for one claiming to understand the Force. Tell me, do you believe their quantity dictates one's potential? I find your inquiry pedestrian.
Are you as powerful as you are because of your midi-chlorian count? Or is there another reason that you were, so big and bad?
You reduce my power to mere cellular count, Vanguard Zadie. Midi-chlorians are a conduit, not the source. The dark side flows through me because I choose to embrace it. Do you understand?
What if you chose to embrace it and you had 50% less midi-chlorians? How powerful would you be?
You believe the strength of the dark side is quantifiable, apprentice? Midi-chlorians are not the sole measure of power. How powerful do you believe yourself to be?
I'm not all that powerful. I'm probably going to lose this game. But you are supposed to be like a galactic conqueror. You're almost emperor. You're the number 2 man in the whole freaking galaxy. And I'm just asking, if you had 10% less midichlorians, how do you feel that things would have gone?
Are you suggesting my power is merely a sliding scale of cellular efficiency, Vanguard Zadie? A galactic conqueror's might stems from unwavering will, not biological chance. What matters is the result, not the hypothetical.
Okay. Uh, Fine. I guess that's not a bad way to sidestep the question. But, oh shoot.
Sidestepping, I offer clarity, not evasion, apprentice. Is it truth you seek or simply validation for your presumption?
Haha, stupid Green Goblin. Okay, so if you've heard of the Earth, have you ever heard of Spider-Man?
This Spider-Man, is he a threat to the Empire, Vanguard Zadie, or merely another distraction amidst this chaos?
Okay, you are the one who ended the Empire, right? At the end of the day, you killed the Emperor, you threw him down a thing, and that was it. That was pretty much the end right there. So he's less of a threat than you.
Less of a threat, you say? I destroyed a system, Vanguard Zadie. What have you destroyed lately?
Well, hold on. A system. I thought you destroyed Alderaan. You killed the Emperor. You murdered a bunch of younglings. Tortured your daughter. What system? You destroyed a whole system? What system?
The destruction of Alderaan was a strategic necessity. The Emperor's demise. Course correction. As for the Jedi younglings, they would have become enemies of the Empire in time. You question my methods, Vanguard Zadie, but do you doubt their effectiveness?
Are you happy? I don't think you're a happy person, so...
Happiness is a fleeting distraction from true power, Vanguard Zadie. Does my emotional state concern you?
Well, why do it?
This will merely slow the inevitable.